What is up? This is Politica with Precious, your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, and your friend. Listen, today we're politicking about Pastor Dow. If you haven't heard in the news, which I'm sure we all have, Bryson Mure, who was the missing abused boy, he was abused by his father, Daniel Muir. His parents basically hid Bryson out for about 2 weeks while the police was looking for him, to make sure this boy was alive and well. Um, the parents, Daniel Muir and Christian Muir, decided to hide Bryson Muir out on their land in Indiana. Um, I have a little insight on Indiana. I actually live very, very, very close to Indiana, and yeah, I know a little bit about their police and how they're working. We're going to talk about that today as well. But Pastor Dow, our main subject for today, which he wants to be everybody's main subject. So we're going to make that happen. But Pastor Dow is the head pastor of this community slash cult called Straightway Ministries. They are based out of Tennessee, but they have compounds in Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee. They have different compounds slash cults. Daniel Muir, the one who has been arrested for beating the shit out of his son, he was the lead pastor, or as they like to call it, shepherd, of the Straightway Church in Indiana. He was leadership. Okay. Now, Pastor Dow is basically Daniel Muir's boss, his head, the pastor, the man who created this Straightway Ministries, or I think it was really Pastor Dow's father, R.G. Stair, but we're not going to go there. Bars. Today, we're going to be talking about Pastor Dow because ever since this boy Bryson was missing, and the picture, his grandmother released a picture of the boy severely beaten. Pastor Dow, the father, Daniel Muir's head father, head pastor, head shepherd, head leader, has been making videos, not in any concern of Bryson Muir, not of any concern of the situation, but basically he is saying that people don't understand their way of living and the police can't tell them to do nothing. Basically, he does what he wants to do. He's showing no concern. He's shown no compassion. He is basically on the internet trying to get his likes and views up. Like he says, he's his internet pastor. He's the internet pastor. This group represents the Hebrew Israelites. That's what they associate themselves with. And yeah, we're going to take a listen to what he put out today. And this is after Daniel Muir and Christian Muir, the parents, have been arrested for felony obstruction of justice and child abuse, which is dumb all in itself. That's one thing I don't get. Let's talk about sovereign citizens here. You don't want nothing to do with the police, but you put yourself in situations to have to deal with the police even more. And not only do you do that, Daniel Muir, the father, instead of going ahead and facing what you have to face as far as in the misdemeanor domestic battery that you were going to get, you put the whole compound in jeopardy, and your whole organization and everything that y'all stand for in jeopardy. You invited these people into your business. It's your fault. You shouldn't have never put your hands on your son like that. But all this, yeah, it's definitely your fault. The arrogance and we see where you get it from. Your leader. The apple don't fall too far from the tree. Now listen, Indiana, those white folk, y'all know that they just got the hate crime. You know, they was one of the last 5 states to not have hate crimes there. Hello. Like OG Percy say, hello. Yeah. Yeah. So you think you about to play with them white folk if you think you can think you about to play with them white folk. They not about to deal with your ass. They about to deal with your ass. Oh yeah. But listen, we're gonna listen to this pastor and we're gonna see how far along he really goes. How much loyalty he really have when these white people start digging off into their business. And to be sovereign citizens, tell me this. Sovereign citizens, if you such a sovereign citizen, how you doing all this business, negotiating these businesses and all this shit and doing all this business without these white folk? Without doing common business. See, y'all deal with the shit when y'all want to, and then don't when y'all don't want to. You know what I'm saying? When it's convenient for y'all, then it's convenient. But we're gonna listen to this pastor and see what he has to say the day that part of his congregation, his lead pastor at one of his compounds has been arrested. Bryson Mure has been abused, one of the children on the compound, and several other cases of abuse is being investigated with other children. But with all that being said, this is what their lead pastor had to say. Let's take a listen, you guys.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is YouTube Pastor Val here. Well, of course, I know that everybody has a lot of festivities going on, you know what I mean? No matter what anybody is accused of or does in this world, straightway is the whole problem for it, which is fine and good. That's part and parcel of it. Sure would be nice if I could actually get out here, and since so many people disagree with so many things about us, that we could ever, I could just ever get somebody to have an open civil discussion, debate, conversation. It ain't gonna happen though. But nevertheless, how everybody doing? I had somebody ask me, they said, Pastor Dow, do you celebrate the 4th of July? I said, no. Then they said,
this is how we start off. Him talking about so many people is against him and what he believes in. We are almost a minute in, and he has said nothing about Bryson, the abuse, what's going on in his compounds, what he stands for, what he don't stand for as far as an abuse.
said, well, why? Aren't you a veteran? Yes. Aren't you, do you used to be an 82nd Airborne Division? Yes. Why don't you celebrate 4th of July? Because there wasn't Independence Day for my people. My people were still in chains in slavery. And we didn't get no independence.
True.
At all, nothing. That's the colonies, the people that came over here and stole his land, independence from the tyranny of the Britons. That's what the 4th of July is about. Ain't
True. We a minute and a half in. Still have said nothing about this case, Bryson, or anything. Let's continue.
none of my business. Ain't nothing. But I know true history though. Change the station for
some of these Hebrew Israelites, the wound up ones, just scare me because they think nobody else knows history but them. If you're gonna spread knowledge. Don't do it in such a condemning way. But I know knowledge. I know that. But nigga, we all know that.
a second. We don't know anything new about the latest festivities that are going on with Pastor Mure and the Indiana Police Department up there under the Department of Child Services. But I will say that certain information, and they say things a certain way, and then all of them repeat the same story, kind of like they do on mainstream news media. You'll get one network say this, then a next one next one, and they all piggyback off each other. And if you notice, they found Bryson. That's what they said. They found him. They found him safe.
Yeah, they said they found him. They had to go find him. Y'all made them go find him.
But they didn't tell you that they found him safe at home.
What point are you making? They did say that. They said they was at Logansport, Indiana, where everybody knew that that's where they lived. They did say he was at home. They reported many times what city and state that they was in collecting that boy.
Because see, that doesn't do good for their narrative. they don't want to ever paint anyone in a good light. And so then last night broadcast, I had somebody tell me, man, I had a run in with these people. I still haven't seen my children still to this day. You know, with situations like
I wonder what happened there.
it's sad because one day some of you are going to have the opportunity to deal with a particular situation like this where somebody is going to levy some type of false allegations and charges against you. And then here you are minding your own business. Next thing you know, you got the sheriff's department, you got the child department services at your front door, and you got to answer questions and allegations and stuff about what in the world is going on.
No, you don't have the sheriffs, the police, ISP, state police, FBI, child protective services, social services. You don't have all those agencies for false allegations. You best believe they was dotting some I's and crossing their T's before they got there.
I tell you, it's the world, but I wonder what type of jurisdiction does family court have in this. But nevertheless, I want y'all to really, 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 truly see that media is not your friend. They ain't never been your friend. They have no interest in truth. They are there to report news that is going to be slanderous, defamatory, things that are accusing.
That picture was slanderous, defamatory, accusatory, inflammatory. Picture's worth 1,000 words. That picture told the whole story. That picture of Bryson beat the fuck up that his grandmother had to see of her grandson, and take, and knowing her daughter is allowing this to happen. The picture told it all. There's no false allegations to this. No false allegations to this. And media do put out a little something. And the little something that is going on, I'm going to tell you something, the little something that is going on that the media ain't put out just yet, but people are doing their digging. One, Bryson was autistic. Two, it was something of a sexual nature why his daddy got upset. Nobody said it was wrong for a parent to get upset. But then you beat the shit out of your son. Like he's a grown man and you a big ass linebacker who used to play in the NFL, who probably got CTE plus a little bit of narcissism plus a little bit of godlike complex and all this other shit, unresolved pride issues and all of those shit. Like you a big ass hurt little ass fucking boy. But I digress. It really looked like he beat that boy unconscious. Ain't no way your whole head, face, lip, everything is swole up like that and he didn't go to sleep on one of them punches. He went to sleep. He went to sleep. He went to fucking sleep. It ain't no false allegations. And then another thing that came out is his father bragging and talking shit like you do. So just gonna just really gonna execute your damn self. You prosecuting yourself running your mouth. No, it ain't no false allegations with this. Let's proceed.
And they're wordsmith. They meant to throw things out there in order to get your conscious mind to go.
No, that's what you do. That's what you do. That's what you do.
Same with a liar or an accuser. They're there to present things to you to get you to look at things through their lenses. Can you imagine that people will continue to lie, falsify? Has anybody out there ever had the Department of Child Services called on you? I would like to hear from y'all. I would like to know how y'all handle it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'll be sleep like a motherfucker if I was in his church. Listen, I wouldn't trust this motherfucker to sell me a car, let alone some spirituality. I wouldn't trust this motherfucker to sell me a car. He sound like he full of shit.
That case and how things went on. But man, once it come to your door, now I wouldn't wish it that it wouldn't come to anybody's door. But once it come to your door, you're gonna find out.
Everybody is not beating the shit out of their kids like that and then trying to run them up off the compound to their natural family to let them take pictures of this boy who's been beat unconscious. Let's proceed.
You're going to find out. And I tell you, this thing has severed a lot of families over the years. And everybody already know what I believe about natural family. That's why I stay away from them. I don't have nothing.
That was a shot he was taking to Daniel and Christian Muir. And that's a lesson that he's trying to throw out to his congregation to say, don't mess with your natural family, because guess what? All of this is gonna happen because your natural family don't understand.
To do with them at all. Zero. And my life has been blessed because of it. I don't mind receiving.
Now, don't get me wrong. Some family you got to cut off. You got to handle with a long handled spoon. Some of them you can't deal with like that. You really just can't. But when it comes down to it, guess what? Christian Muir, she needed her mama. She needed her family. And her family is the one who's going to gather her like, boo, this ain't what we do. You know in your heart it's wrong. And when it don't feel right in your heart, it's not right. Let's proceed.
Even persecution, I don't mind. Satan has got people that are submitted to him and his will. So I don't mind people lying. I don't mind people accusing. I don't mind people.
Nobody's lying or accusing. Picture is worth 1,000 words.
Slandering. Now, do I like it? Nah, I don't. I've got some pretty big damn shoulders. You know what I mean? I can pretty much hold the weight of all this because, out of the 26 years that I've actually been here on this land, when people want to figure that out, that every allegation, every accusation, everything that I've been accused of, it's literally all false.
That wasn't this.
If I was as bad of a man that everybody's saying, I'm going to tell you the reason why I'm bad. I'm bad because I go against societal norms. I'm bad because I go against pagan Christianity. I'm bad because I preach the truth of holiness about what the book says, and people just don't like that.
No, we think you're bad because you're a manipulative dog. The concept of what the Hebrew Israelites is trying to do is not bad. Going against societal norms is not bad. Living off grid is not bad. Eating natural food that you grow is not bad. You being conniving, manipulating, a snake, double talking, and all that shit, that's what's bad.
Go check my doctor. They just don't like it. And of course, and then I'm bad because they don't like my delivery. They don't like how I talk. Never.
Who cares? I seen your delivery. It's very manipulative. I see how you deliver to different people to get them to move a certain kind of way, or you express disappointment on purpose on people just so you can make them feel bad and make them try to do more. Oh, I've seen how you operate. You're no different than a pimp. You're no different than a false prophet. Um, you're no different than a hypocrite. Um, you expect, I'm looking at you right now with some Under Armour on, with a fitted cap, but you expect the people on your compound to be in literally rags.
Nevertheless, the message that I preach and I teach is not for the masses. Never has been for the masses, only for a remnant of people who are spiritually intelligent, that know how to pick up the book, read and comprehend.
Now, these are people that's very dedicated and disciplined. I wouldn't call them spiritually intelligent. I would call them very much so spiritually weak. Spiritually weak. Good discipline, though. Yeah, good discipline, good dedication. Great dedication. Loyalty, top tier. But spiritually intelligent, let's proceed.
Research and study and then find it out. Because, think about this. We're celebrating a holiday today. And you got.
We're. You celebrating the holiday? I did see you had the kids turned up and all that. The girls running around trying to please you. I got cheesecake from Pinterest. I'll let you celebrating the holiday. Did that just come out your mouth?
Got American Negro Indians, which they don't even want you to know about that truth either. I know I'm digressing a lot in this. I'm just showing y'all. They want y'all.
You ain't digressing shit. Everybody been knowing this, not just your select people. This didn't just come out the good book that you done opened up and taught everybody. People know this, but why did you say you celebrate? We're celebrating the holiday today. Why? Why is you celebrating?
Y'all to make y'all think that all the Indians started out Caucasian here in this country. As a matter of fact, they want y'all to believe that about everything in the world, including Egypt. But what I'm getting to is,
and you ain't teaching a lot. You trying to distract a lot. You trying to manipulate a lot. You keep getting off subject a lot.
Is that there are lies, there are illusion of lies, there are facts, and then there are opinions.
The fact is, Daniel Muir beat the shit out of his son like he was a grown man. Like he was a grown man. Beat the shit out of him, abused him, mistreated him, neglected him, all of that. That's the fact.
And people are not entitled to facts. Opinions, yes. Facts, no. And so people say a lot, they get butt hurt, man, they get offended because I no longer am dealing with them. I know what I'm doing. I just turn the page, move on, and
he's trying to throw a shot at Rufus ass.
Bitter. You know, the books. You know, there's an old saying up in the world that says, hell is known no fury like
the girls are fighting.
A woman scorn. Starting to watch these female tendencies in a lot of people too. But as for me,
the girls are fighting.
We just totally busy. We're going to continue to keep doing the will of God. Anything that changes, we'll let you know. But I want to let y'all know this. Think about this again. Did y'all hear what the attorney said on last night's broadcast? I played it 3 times. 3 times.
Just listening to him makes me want to just purge. Just it makes me want to purge. Like, ugh. I cannot believe that people are really. But anyway.
Why is the news reporting that? See, because it's not in their best interest to report that. It's their best interest to get you, you know.
Just tell us what the lawyer said.
Try to put pressure on people, to get them to acquiesce, capitulate, to get them to conform.
He's so full of shit. He's talking about himself. He's projecting.
Be under duress and under coercion to get people to.
That's your tactics. Like, do you not know basic psychology and that you're literally talking about yourself and everybody can see that? Do you understand that we see it? Everybody sees your gimmick. You can't hide it. You're not slick. The fuck?
React rather than respond in a certain way. And they know that. They know human nature. That's why they're always big in psychology. But again, to set the record straight.
I just said something about psychology. Hell no.
Missing
yeah.
Was found safe at his home there in Logansport.
We don't know about safe, now, but yeah.
See, if you listen to him, they're just going to leave that out. He's found safe. He's safe. That's about it.
They didn't leave that out.
You think that he's in some other geographical location, and then they went and got Pastor Mure and them over here. No. That's called spin. That's called only putting certain things out there to lead your mind down a certain way. And that's it. They're not going to be truthful. It sure is going to be nice, boy, when the king comes in. Sure is going to be nice. It's going to be a lot of death, hell, and carnage then. Sure is. When the real Jesus comes, there's going to be a lot of that. I know people say, yeah. We've been talking about that for years. Yeah, but we're in the here and now. We are. And that's why I teach people got to learn how to navigate here and the here and now. But I'm going to end this video by saying it again. See how dishonest the news media is? They could have told you.
Excuse my dog. She's pacing. She's scared because of the fireworks. Because it's the 4th of July. He's celebrating it.
They chose not to. And they still, till this day, does. Even the attorney asked the news media to kind of pause on your accusations and your assertions, and they still doing it. That's what they do. And so y'all gotta figure this thing out. Listen, if you're a friend of the world, then the world would love you. But if you are a friend of this world, then you are an enemy of God. Read your book and see what it says. Y'all be encouraged, King Johnny.
No, I don't feel encouraged. I feel like you're trying to manipulate. Ugh. Listen, no concern, no compassion, no nothing. But you know what? It's not against the law to be a terrible person. It's not against the law to be manipulative. It's not against the law to treat people like shit per se. It's definitely levels to that shit. And he gonna see. He gonna see messing with Indiana. Cause baby, they do not play. And Indianapolis is kind of in the middle. Like you come towards Southern Indiana, now you getting the state police and all that involved. The boys from the Southern Indiana. Listen, they not about to play with your ass. And you can act like you a sovereign. They can act like they sovereign citizens if they want. They can act like they're gonna get on the internet and show all these guns in the background and talking about we're coming and we're not gonna take this line on our backs. The Indiana police is about to show you, no, you about to take it bending over. We don't want you on your back. They don't want you on your back, Pastor Dow. No, they want you on all four. They want you bent over. And that's how they're going to have you. You think this is the end of some shit. You think you've been through some shit. No. Not in Indiana. Not in Indiana. You think you can play with them laws? Indiana created playing and manipulating them laws. You see, no bail. No bond. No bond. Oh, you about to play with us? No bond. No bond. No bonds. And I wouldn't be surprised if they said Trump on about 5 to 10 more charges. Because, baby, these southern states through here, oh, the Commonwealth, baby, they gonna trump them motherfucking charges up, baby. They got private institutions down here. Oh, yeah, they golfing buddies and they neighbors and stuff own the prisons. They got shares in the prison. How many of y'all's in on that compound? Oh, that's a lick for them. That's a lick for them. Oh, yeah, plus you can't leave the state of Indiana. We don't want you to do business anywhere else. You can't leave the state of Indiana. Plus, we going to watch you. And we're going to tell Illinois to watch you. And we're going to tell Kentucky to watch you. Think you're going to Tennessee if you want to. Them boys is about to be all over your ass like stank on shit. Indiana boys don't play. They some tobacco chewing, cornbread making, hay throwing, granny and grandpa, black people hating ass white boys on that force. Do you hear me? Oh, they about to get you. And I got a teenager. Like most people know, these teenagers, they put everything on the internet. I tell my son, why are you doing that? Why you do what? Why you take the picture with the shirt off and all that shit? You 16. Okay? They just be doing the most, showing the most, doing the most, saying the most. I have to tell my son to dial it back. And this asshole who's supposed to be the leader of so many people don't even know when to dial it back. This ain't the time to be arrogant, cocky, pompous, delusional, in denial. It ain't the time for none of that. Nah, you ain't gonna take it. You ain't gonna take it lying on your back. Nope, you're not. You was right about that. That's the one motherfucking thing you was right about. You ain't gonna take it lying on your back. No, you gonna take it bent over. You gonna take it bent over. And if you think this thing ends with Daniel Muir and Christian Muir, you a damn fool. They watching you. and they already on it. And the FBI is located conveniently in Indiana and Kentucky because the Breonna Taylor thing. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that, guys. That was actually my son coming back home. But like I was saying, listen, yeah, them boys came back home. Them, them boys, a healthy teenage boy who's not getting shit beat out of him. Great kid, and a conversationalist. Shit, he can come on here and I can show him one video of this pastor, and he gonna be like, "He full of shit." But anyway, this is Political with Precious, your sister, your cousin, your neighbor, and your friends. Listen, like, comment, and subscribe. It don't cost you a thing to roll with me. So why not? I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.